Ladies and gentlemen, internationally renowned Australian horseman and entertainer Guy McLean is a proud Australian that has taken his beloved country to the world through his horsemanship, bush poetry, and double-handed stock whip mastery to show what his treasured homeland is all about. From Queensland Bush to the bright lights of Las Vegas and New York City and every major equine festival in between, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Guy McLean.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for turning up on a beautiful Thursday night, and I really hope that you're enjoying those magnificent heavy horses. I was going to bring just one horse out, and I thought, mine are too small. I'm going to bring 4 out, and that way they'll weigh as much as one of those big ones. Here, as I ride around, I'm riding my beautiful Australian stock horse gelding. And for those of you who don't know, the Australian stock horse is a horse that we've bred in Australia for the last 200 years to breed the style of horses that you see here today. The horse that I'm on is bred down from many years ago from the English thoroughbred, and he's been bred down to be a smaller boned horse, but with good feet, good mind, very athletic. And his big gelding on the far right is also an Australian stock horse. And then the two in the middle, they are some of the best bloodlines of your country. Aussie, the beautiful brown horse with a big black mane. He is a grandson of Pepe Sand Badger, and also he goes back to Tanqueray Gin, and the little pretty gelding with the white face. He has some of your very best thoroughbred lines. He goes back to Affirmed and Danzig. Affirmed won the Triple Crown many years ago, and his mother's line goes back to King Fritz II and Paint Me Hobby. So the reason I bought the two in the middle is because they looked like the other two, and it didn't cost me $20,000 to fly them on the plane. Here I'm going to side pass all 4, and I'm just finding out a little bit about America, because in Australia and Canada they clap when I do that. Yeah, they do. They like it. Very good. That's nice. I like doing that. My mum taught me how to train like that. It's called guilt. It's how she got me to make my bed. Here I'm going to ask all 4 to stop, put my hand on the forehead of the pretty gelding, and when I do that, it's basically a cue for him to stand and to wait for me. So pretend that I had leads on them. I just unclicked the lead and I said, wait for me until I ask you to move again. He's an Australian stock horse, I told you, so I want to show you the skills that I grew up learning, and then I took it to the level that you see here today. As a stockman, it is my job to be able to control the cattle or the sheep or the buffalo or whatever stock you'd have on the pasture. Here I'm going to push on all 3 of them, and I'm going to pretend that I'm riding in after 3 cows or 3 sheep. As a stockman, you really shouldn't break out of a walk or trot. Basically, these 3 animals in front would be going to the market. The fatter they are, the shinier they are, the more money they bring in for the farmer. So we'll control them by doing very little. Here you'll notice that I can slow them down just by blocking their eye. I can push on them again and send them back here. If I want them to go across the arena, I'm going to push on their tails with my eyes and send their bodies here to the left. And even though these are trained horses, sheep, cattle will do the same kind of thing. It's natural instinct for an animal that is a prey animal, an animal that gets worried about getting eaten. We can control him by where we look as a predator. So I push my eyes here and I can send them off to the right. I push my eyes here and I can send them off to the left. And you've got to imagine these 3 horses, if I don't do the right thing by them, are strong enough to fight and kick and bite and can't be controlled with all the gadgets in the world. And yet here I'm controlling them with my eyes. And that's why I love doing this work. So that when I ride Spin Abbey, I can't let myself kick on him. I can't let myself pull on him or be hard with him. Because if I can control these animals with my eyes, it makes sense that I can control him just with my thoughts. So if I ask him to canter in place, it shouldn't take any more than that. Very nice. That's good. The clapping cue is still working. So here I'm going to go and show you a little more. I'm going to push out here and block the eyes of these 3 here. And what that'll do is I open up a gate. That one with the white face, he is a Facebook fanatic. He's trying to get on TV. You'll notice here that one of my horses said, Dad, It's nice that you're asking us to demonstrate what sheep and cows do, but I'm not a sheep or a cow, and I'm going to walk beside you. This is my number one. I call him that because he's the first to say, Dad, pick me. I want to do what you need me for. The little gelding with the white face in my 4-horse team, he's my number 12. Oh, someone got my sense of humour. That's great. So I'm going to circle up here. And because Hope did that, see, what you'll learn with me is that if you do the right thing by me, if you help me in any shape, way or form, I'll look after you. So I had big plans of chasing them and doing more with them. But when Hope comes and sucks up to me like that, I just say, good boy, we'll go and do something else. I'm going to bring them up here, see if I can't canter sideways and have them all come with me. You'll notice that Lightning's being number 12. He's making room for number 4 to 11 to get in there. I'm going to bring them here. And I might see what happens to just how little it takes for me to do something. So I'm going to stop here. I have cues for them to back, but I want to see if they'll back just because they're with me. I have cues for them to back. That's better. I'm going to ask them to back here. You'll see Lightning's doing it his own way. He's a millennial. That's how he works. I'll bring him sideways here. Now what I might do is put them in some different positions for you to just show you where they're at. Before I do, though, I want you to know that these horses are no longer just horses. They are my friends, my family, and they are high-level performers. And also, I know that there's thousands of people out there that I'd love to get in here to fill these seats. Because in my mind, this arena is full to watch me because I'm special. My mum said I was. And I look up there and I've either got to say that all my friends in the orange and green shirts are here. That way I see the arena is full. Or can you help me try and get a few more people in the arena? If you can clap and cheer loud enough to see if, 1, the horses are quiet, and 2, if people will come in and see what's going on. Go. Very good. Okay. So, that sounded very tired. You all can have a sleep now and have a little rest. I don't want to wear you out. I'm going to canter this boy sideways a little bit for you to show you how athletic he is. And then what I want to do is show you that a highly trained horse, which Spin Abbey is, they say the most highly trained horses in the world can go from a walk to a canter departure in a straight line. So I don't take him from a walk and go straight to canter on my left lead. Here I'll take him from a standstill straight to a canter on my right lead. But this boy's so special, he's getting a little bit antsy. I'm going to take him straight to canter to the left. I'll take him straight to canter to the right. Now watch him. He's one of the only horses in the world who can go straight to canter in reverse. Oh, Spin Abbey, settle down. You've got to carry Dad with you, brother. All right. That was really good. That was a little lumpier than I thought. So now I'm going to bring them forward, and I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to take Mr. Lightning, bring him from my right up here to my left. I'm going to ask Ozzy to do the same thing. And I'm going to put these horses in positions that you wouldn't see them do naturally. And that's what training is. Training is about changing what is natural. When you see the wonderful gymnasts that can do backward somersaults and turn inside out, that's not natural. We're able to do it, but only through years of training. So you won't see horses naturally standing still in the pasture, excuse me, like that. But these horses will, because they've been educated, excuse me, hang on, make sure that's lined up good. Very nice. So I have them standing there now, and I'm going to show you just how, firstly I'll show you just how good this horse is. I'm going to do some high-level flying changes like a dressage horse can do, just to show you how athletic he is. And then I'm going to see Hope, that's not right, sorry, excuse me. Okay. As I said, Hope's my number 1, Lightning's my number 312. Lightning, come back here and change sides. So we'll do this. The great thing is, ladies and gentlemen, that my shows are always different because I always forget what I did last time, and my horses always make it up on their go. I'm going to take Hope here another time. I'm going to leave Lightning there. And Hope's good. He says, Dad, they didn't think it was difficult, so I'm going to make it difficult. I'm going to leave him here. Now I'm going to see if I can canter through the gap I made between their tails. There's a couple of things I have to do here. First, I'm going to have to think very skinny thoughts because there's not much room. I'm a pencil. Then I'm going to gallop to the spot. And because horses are a fear animal, they would just get scared and move. Look at the fear and the way. Ooh, Spinab, settle down. Spinab is pretty excited tonight. As I get here, one of them's going to move, surely. Get out of the way quickly, he's a bit fiery. Good. So, because Spinabby, he's just a little bit up and down, I'm just going to get him to free up a little bit. So I'm going to do that like only Spinabby can, and I'm going to get him to use his energy for something other than I need. So here, for a horse to gallop sideways is a big thing, but he's just saying, that's how special I am, Dad. I'll take him here. Thank you. And then I'll take him here. Oh, you're very clever. Good boy. Quick Hope. They say, thank you, a lot of people want to say that horses aren't very clever animals. I'm going to teach you something here right tonight. You write this down if you want to. The dumbest thing about a horse is the person who works with them. Did you notice Hope says, Dad, I'm special, but what I'm going to do, instead of going on the outside where I have to run the fastest, or going on the inside where I have to listen to you the most, I'm going to hide in the middle. And I just say, that's very good, Hope. I'm pretty clever too. I'm going to send Ozzy here, bring him up here on my left. And I'm actually going to, I'll send Hope as well. I know that you've got these wonderful draft horses to come in, so I'm not going to hold you up much longer. I'm going to take my young 7-year-old. And I choose to do this with the baby of my team because I find that if we treat our youth as though they're special and have something to offer, they will stand up and be so. So I'm going to ask young Lightning to lay down. I'm going to take my 2 boys. Thank you. And this is what happens when 5 individuals come together for something special. I'm going to be really careful when I side pass here. And I want you to know that the horse on the ground is actually the one that's most respected here. We believe in him so much that we allow him to do incredible things. And he's happy to be there. I'm going to ask them to keep coming. Very good. Hope you're funny. Thank you so much. So before I go, I want to thank 3 individuals. And when I say an individual, I'd love to thank the Big E so much for allowing me to come here and perform. But I'd really like to thank them more for keeping animals in the forefront and the minds and hearts of the people. Because we need animals more than we ever did. So they're teaching our children what it is to have animals. And thank you for allowing a horseman like me, who hopefully you can see what these animals mean to me. They're my life. So I thank them very much. But then I thank you all. Because without you, I was here yesterday performing in this arena and no one was here to watch. So it doesn't matter how good I am or how wonderful my horses are if people don't turn up and continue to clap and applaud for them. So I thank you so much for being here at the Big E as supporters of our wonderful equine industry. But most of all, I thank horses. From the very first one that was this big, to the biggest horses in the world performing here, to my horses that perform in this arena. The Australian stockman would be nothing without the horse that he rides. We wouldn't have the things that we have. We wouldn't have won the wars we've won. We wouldn't have the agriculture we have. So my heart goes out to every single horse that's worked for man, and I give back to him in every show I do. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night. Enjoy the beautiful horses. Thank you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Guy McLean of Queensland, Australia. What a show that was. He'll he'll be back tomorrow for 2 shows as well. So if you didn't get to see everything you wanted to see tonight, he will be back tomorrow for 2 shows. Tractor's going to return, recondition the surface, and we'll get back underway tonight with a full show of draft horses left. We have the Clydesdale Unicorns. I'll let you